The Journey of the Gbandi People. We did not find Lofa. We returned to it. The land called us home. Long before lines were drawn on maps, before the name Liberia was whispered into existence, the land was wild and free, a vast patchwork of dense forests, winding rivers, and sacred hills. In this ancient world lived the Gbandi people, rooted in the northeastern highlands, near what we now know as the border between Guinea and Liberia. They were a proud people, spiritual, strong, and deeply connected to the land. But peace, in those days, was a fragile thing. The winds of change brought conflict and chaos. Slave raiders prowled, kingdoms clashed, and the trans-Saharan and Atlantic slave trades cast long shadows across the region. The land that once cradled them began to grow dangerous. The Gbandi knew they could not remain. So they rose, not in anger, but in hope. Led by wise elders, warrior protectors, and spiritual guides, the Gbandi clans gathered their families and possessions and began to migrate south, not as wanderers but as pilgrims in search of sanctuary. They followed the call of the rivers, the whispers of the trees, and the signs written in stars and dreams. Through tangled forest trails and over rolling hills they walked. Children were born along the way, songs were sung by firelight, stories were carried like sacred scrolls in memory alone. And then they found it. A land with rich soil, tall trees, rivers that danced, and skies that opened wide like a blessing. A land alive with promise. They called it Lofa. There the Gbandi settled, in places now known as Zorzor, Salayea, Voinjama, and beyond. They built homes. They tilled the land. They kept their language, their drums, their dances, and their gods. They lived among other peoples, the Lorma, Capella, Mende, and later the Mandingo. And though each tribe brought its own rhythms and stories, the Gbandi held tightly to the thread of their own origin. They became known as farmers, traders, healers, and keepers of memory. Their griots, the storytellers, carried the past on their tongues, ensuring that no Gbandi child would forget the journey that shaped them. To this day, when an elder speaks under the palaver hut, you may hear them say, "Lofa was not a place we found. It was a place that was waiting for us. The land remembered our footsteps, and when we arrived, it welcomed us home."